I was black and I had to go to a black school. That was the only school, so that's the way it was. My name is George Turner. I'm 87. I was born in 1936. My father worked for Chick Laird, they called him, and he married a DuPont. And we lived on their property, which is on Brex Lane, which is right past the AI DuPont. It was a high school then, but it's a middle school now. And the upper part of Brex Lane was the white collar executives, and then in the lower part of Brex Lane was blue collar workers. We were only black families. The rest of the workers were all white. And we played together. They had a big field in AI DuPont High School. They had a football team, and that was their practice field. And it was between where we lived and the school. So we'd play in that field all the time. And all of the kids on Brex Lane, we would play with them. We knew we were different. You know, we didn't have as much. My father didn't make hardly any money. And that's what the truck pass was for. We would load that truck up. We start loading, we start preparing on Thursday. And on Friday and Saturday, we would go out and sell the vegetables and the meats. We used to get the meat from the slaughterhouse, and my mother would prepare it all for sale. And we would sell all of the neighborhoods, West Silver Hills, Westmoreland. People would buy from us because it was all fresh stuff. The schools were segregated at the time. So we had to walk to school. And that's when we were first grade through sixth. And sometimes we'd be cold in the wintertime, you know. We'd walk and we'd try to make it to 8th and Scott because we'd be frozen. You know, I mean, we were frozen. And we'd get to the store. It was a store that was called Mr. Booby's. Mr. Booby would be expecting us every morning, and he'd bring us in and thaw us out. There was a long walk from our house to Howard. We walked past, you know, Wilmington High, all the other schools we walked by to get to Howard. It wasn't fair, but that's the way it was. In 1953, Lawyer Redding and a lady came to my house, and they told my mother that she wanted me to apply to AI DuPont High School. And at that time, they were building the Brown versus Board of Education. They were trying to build a case in Delaware. And they said, they told us beforehand, they said, you're going to be refused, but you have to apply. So my mother and I went up to the school and applied. The principal was very nice. He said, you know, I can't admit you, but I'm glad you came. They didn't use that case, of course. They had a couple better cases. That was the Beulah from Hocassin and one from Claymont, Ethel Belton. My brother, he went to Tuskegee Institute in Alabama, so I would have been next. But then my father said, no, we don't have the money. Eventually, I was able to go to school. Working at Chrysler, I had to work and, you know, go to school while I was working. So I was able to move from working on the line at Chrysler, and when I left, I was health and safety administrator. Segregation just made me angry that people could treat others that way. It hurt me quite a bit. And I made some choices because of that. Probably you know, had more opportunity. So it made me angry. It took me a lot of years to get over that, and I'm still not over it.